Hello everyone, and welcome to our exciting new series, Idiom Insights Unlock Fluent English. Idioms are phrases where the meaning isn't obvious from the individual words. They're the secret sauce that makes English sound natural and vibrant. Mastering them will instantly boost your understanding and speaking confidence. Today, we're diving into 5 super common idioms you'll hear all the time. Let's get started. Our first idiom is, break a leg. What does break a leg mean? This idiom means good luck. It's often said to performers before they go on stage, but it can be used in many situations where someone needs good fortune. Let's look at an image to make it clearer. This image shows good luck. It highlights break a leg. Now, let's look at some sentences to understand it better. You have your job interview today, right? Break a leg. This means good luck with your interview. Here's another sentence. Before her big presentation, her colleague told her, "You've prepared well, now just go out there and break a leg." This explains wishing someone success for their presentation. Here's a simple way to remember break a leg. It's a fun, quirky way to say, good luck. Just remember it's the opposite of what it sounds like. Let's say this phrase clearly. Break a leg. Say it again. Break a leg. Yes. Good luck. Our second idiom is, cost an arm and a leg. What does cost an arm and a leg mean? This idiom means to be very expensive, to cost a lot of money. Let's look at an image to make it clearer. This image shows something being very expensive. It highlights cost an arm and a leg. Now, let's look at some sentences to understand it better. That new sports car must cost an arm and a leg. This means the car is very expensive. Here's another sentence. Going on vacation to that luxury resort would cost an arm and a leg. This explains that the resort trip would be extremely costly. Here's a simple way to remember cost an arm and a leg. Imagine literally having to give up an arm and a leg to pay for something. That would be incredibly expensive. Let's say this phrase clearly. It cost an arm and a leg. Say it again. It cost an arm and a leg. Yes. Very expensive. Our third idiom is, hit the nail on the head. What does hit the nail on the head mean? This idiom means to describe exactly what is causing a situation or problem. To say or do something exactly right. Let's look at an image to make it clearer. This image represents exact correctness or perfect accuracy. It highlights hit the nail on the head. Now, let's look at some sentences to understand it better. You hit the nail on the head when you said the main issue is communication. This means you identified the problem precisely. Here's another sentence. The detective's theory hit the nail on the head, leading to the quick solution of the mystery. This explains how a correct idea led to a perfect outcome. Here's a simple way to remember hit the nail on the head. Just like in carpentry, if you hit the nail exactly on the head, you're doing it perfectly and precisely. Let's say this phrase clearly. You hit the nail on the head. Say it again. You hit the nail on the head. Yes. You got it exactly right. Our fourth idiom is, let the cat out of the bag. What does let the cat out of the bag mean? This idiom means to reveal a secret, often accidentally or unintentionally. Let's look at an image to make it clearer. This image represents revealing a secret. It highlights "let the cat out of the bag." Now, let's look at some sentences to understand it better. We were planning a surprise party for Sarah, but John accidentally let the cat out of the bag. This means John accidentally revealed the secret. Here's another sentence. Please don't let the cat out of the bag about our engagement until we tell our parents. This explains asking someone not to reveal a secret. Here's a simple way to remember "let the cat out of the bag." Imagine a secret as a cat hidden in a bag. If the cat gets out, the secret is revealed. Let's say this phrase clearly. Don't let the cat out of the bag. Say it again. Don't let the cat out of the bag. Yes. Keep it a secret. Our final idiom for today is, under the weather. What does under the weather mean? This idiom means feeling unwell or slightly sick, not feeling well. Let's look at an image to make it clearer. This image represents feeling unwell. It highlights under the weather. Now, let's look at some sentences to understand it better. I'm feeling a bit under the weather today, so I might go home early. This means I'm feeling a bit sick. Here's another sentence. She couldn't come to the party because she was feeling under the weather. This explains that she was slightly ill and couldn't attend. Here's a simple way to remember under the weather. Imagine a cloud of bad weather directly over your head, making you feel unwell. Let's say this phrase with confidence. I'm under the weather. One more time. I'm under the weather. Yes. Feeling unwell. Alright, my awesome English learners. Now that we have understood all 5 idioms, break a leg, cost an arm and a leg, hit the nail on the head, let the cat out of the bag, and under the weather, it's time to see them come to life in a simple story. Listen carefully. Try to spot each idiom. The story is the surprise party. Mark and Lisa were planning a huge surprise party for Tom. They told everyone to keep it a secret. Lisa was making a special cake, and Mark joked, "Don't burn it. And break a leg with that complicated frosting." The party was going to be at a fancy venue, and Lisa gasped, "Wow, this place will cost an arm and a leg." Mark replied, "True, but Tom deserves it." A few days before the party, Tom mentioned he wasn't feeling great. Mark asked, "Are you feeling under the weather?" Tom said, "Just a bit tired." Later, during a casual chat, Mark almost accidentally revealed the surprise. "Oops," he thought, "I nearly let the cat out of the bag." Luckily, he managed to recover. On the day of the party, Tom walked in, genuinely shocked. Lisa smiled and said, "His reaction truly hit the nail on the head. He had no idea." The party was a huge success. So, what's the important lesson we learn from the surprise party? Planning anything big requires effort, and sometimes things cost an arm and a leg. You might feel under the weather from the stress, and it's always a challenge to keep secrets and not let the cat out of the bag. But when everything comes together perfectly, and someone's reaction hits the nail on the head, you know it was worth it. And when someone needs encouragement, always tell them to break a leg. Keep practicing them in your daily conversations. That's where the real magic happens. Thank you for joining me. I can't wait to see you for set 2. If you found this lesson helpful, please hit that like button, share, and subscribe so you don't miss out. Keep shining brightly.